You know, looking back at a lot of the video and stuff and pictures from that day, it, you know, ever since that event, I have had major, major PTSD because of it. I have insomnia anyways, but there's some times that I'll actually be tired enough to sleep, and either I can't or I do, and I wake up after having hardly any sleep at all. And even if the dream's, a good dream, no matter what the dream's about, let's take a good dream for instance. Somebody I know or somewhere I've been that came long after this tornadoes, a place that I might have went or somebody I might have known and hung out with that I didn't meet till after the tornadoes, or maybe I'm dreaming of a place I went or something I got to do that I didn't get to do until after all of that had done happened. But somewhere in there is my old house. I've never had a dream and been here. I've never had a dream and been at my apartment. I've never had a dream and been at a friend's house or anything of that sort. It's always been my house. It's always been my old house. I mean, I grew up there for 21 years. That was where I spent the first 21 years of my life. 21 years of growing up. Gone in 45 seconds. I mean, that's unfathomable. I mean, you can't. I mean, we watch the news, we watch Weather Channel, and we watch these stories, and we hear about it, but we always think that's not going to happen to us. It's not going to, and it's uncomprehendable to think that so much destruction, so much devastation can happen like that in such a little amount of time. Then it happens to you and you realize, hey, it ain't no joke. One form of coping with the PTSD because of this is to talk about it, and it's not an easy subject to talk about. I'm gonna tell you, to this day, even though I like rain, still hate storms. Even though I like rain, if I smell rain, my hands go to shaking. And I'm always standing outside. Standing outside under my carport. And I don't know why. It's like I have to. It's like I feel like I have to be there to see it because I didn't see it last time. You see, that at 8:04 when it hit, the first one, just EF1, EF2, completely just, tore the top off the elementary school. And destroyed the Bank of Dade. There's two Bank of Dades in Trenton. One at one end, one at the other. And it got the one going towards Sand Mountain. The church van was flipped over. The there was a house in Middleton Estates that, it was there for a long time, big nice house. And then you look at the same property, you can only tell it's the same property by the driveway. My house, total loss. And even though it was a total loss, it doesn't look as bad as some people's did. Even though to me it was catastrophic. My dad's shop had a tree through the roof, and it looked like maybe from the outside you could just repair the roof. And then you look inside, nothing. The walls on the inside of the house, holes in just random places, insulation all over the floor. The biggest part of the roof coming down was in the living room near the bookcase, and I can remember it coming down because I remember seeing it, and the whole when it started to hit, the power went out, and I was dating a girl at the time, and she wanted to leave. She wanted to go home, and I had told her, I said, nothing's ever hit here. We've had it all around us, but we've never had it hit here. EF1, EF2s, enough to bring down a power line or something, if that. But as bad as everybody said it was, she wanted to go home. And I begged her to stay. She did. And the direction in which it was coming, she would have had to drive right towards it. And from the time that I had told her, don't go, stay here, within 5 minutes, maybe 10, it hit. And it would have taken her twice as long to get to her house. She'd have never made it. She'd have never made it. We're still friends, and we speak. She's married, and but we're still pretty close friends. And to this day, she'll tell you that she's glad that she didn't go. She's glad that I told her to stay. The next door was a trailer, and I had 3 friends that were over there because one of my friends, who to this day is like a sister to me, was renting this trailer, and she had 2 of her buddies that were friends of mine also over there. They had wanted me to come hang out, and my girlfriend at the time, the girl I mentioned a minute ago, was in the house talking to mom and dad, and the power was off, and I almost went over there. I ain't gonna lie, I almost went over there. And I didn't. Something stopped me, and I didn't go over there, and it got so deathly quiet. And I couldn't smoke my cigarettes in the house at the time, so I was in the garage. And all I remember is hearing somebody holler bathroom. And I looked through where the garage was. There was a door, small laundry room, other door. Then there was the den, which was my room. And I remember looking through at the window on the other side, seeing everything go around. And I threw my cigarette down, and I went into the hallway. And I was standing right in the bathroom. And it was like slow motion, and I could watch my walls go like this. I could hear everything, glass busting, debris flying everywhere. I remember seeing a 2x4 come down off the roof, go through the drywall, and out the other side. The roof, the ceiling fell, the insulation went everywhere, the bookcase fell. And then I got pulled down into the bathroom. And my friend had a cut on her leg in the trailer. The trailer was completely gone. The trailer was across the street, just the frame, And she had a cut on her foot, and I didn't know what to do, so I took my shirt off and just wrapped it around her ankle to stop the bleeding, and she almost died on my porch. I kept popping her on the face, going, "Come on, girl, you ain't dying on my porch." And my other friend that was over there, he had debris in his eyes and couldn't see and was shaking. The one friend, I couldn't find him. Finally, he showed up, took care of him. I waited there till the paramedics got there, took him off, and it was over in 45 seconds. And I've never seen that kind of destruction before, like ever. We'd never experienced anything like that. And the doctor said that my friend that I tied the shirt around her ankle said she'd have died from blood loss if somebody hadn't tied a shirt around her ankle. To this day, she tells me I saved her life, but I did what I felt like needed to be done. It's the only thing I could think of. I thought of the movies where, take the shirt off, and she swears up and down I saved her life, but I don't look at it that way. I look at it as I did what I felt like I could do,